What if the greatest catastrophe in human history was not a flood, but a world-consuming fire? As we seek evidence of civilizations that may have flourished before the Younger Dryas, we find clues not just of water, but of unimaginable heat, scars left on the land and stone, and a band of deserts that circle the globe as silent witnesses to ancient destruction. In Egypt, the enigmatic Colossi of Memnon rise from the Theban plain. Their surface is blackened and cracked. Some researchers argue these giant statues were not just weathered by time, but scorched by intense heat, as if exposed to a firestorm that swept across the land. The same mystery surrounds the Great Sphinx, whose enclosure bears deep fissures and rounded edges. Signs some believe point to powerful thermal events, not just wind and rain. These monuments may be survivors of a lost world, their battered faces silent witnesses to a forgotten cataclysm. Look at our planet from above, and you'll see a striking band of desert and desolation wrapping around the equator, from the Sahara across the Middle East, through Central Asia, and into the Atacama of South America. This is not what we would expect. The equatorial region, with its abundant sunlight and rainfall, should be the most lush tropical rainforest on Earth. Instead, vast stretches are barren, lifeless, and dry. Some theorists propose that this belt is the scar of a global event, an inferno unleashed by cosmic impact, volcanic eruption, or celestial fire. Ancient accounts from Greece, Persia, and indigenous American traditions all describe a world set ablaze, the earth splitting, the seas boiling, and the skies filled with fire. Even the rocks themselves in some places show signs of vitrification, stone melted and fused by temperatures far beyond what natural wildfires could achieve. So let's travel to South America, high up on the Bolivian plateau, where the ruins of Pumapunku and Tiwanaku really defy explanation. Here you'll find these massive stone blocks, not only scattered and shattered, but in some cases they actually look scorched, their surfaces cracked and fused, almost like they were exposed to some super intense heat. And local legends talk about a time when the sun just fell from the sky and the whole world was, consumed by fire. The precision-cut stones, some of them weighing over 100 tons, are tossed around as if by some tremendous force. And honestly, the evidence of rapid high-temperature destruction still lingers right there on their surfaces. At Lake Titicaca, archaeologists have uncovered both sunken temples and these vast ritual sites, hinting at a civilization that really thrived before disaster struck. The ruins around the lake, both above and below the waterline, are covered in layers of silt and ash, and recent studies have confirmed that massive volcanic eruptions once blanketed this whole region in Tefra, driving people away and transforming the landscape. Some researchers even believe the high altitude and the presence of marine fossils suggest this entire region was violently uplifted, or may be subjected to catastrophic forces. The underwater ruins and the battered monoliths on the shore, they really do bear witness to a world changed by fire and upheaval. Across continents, the same clues keep popping up. Ancient monuments blackened and cracked as if by fire. Bands of desert marking the scars of a global inferno. And ruins whose origins, honestly, are just lost in the mists of time. Myths from every culture speak of a great burning, a time when the world was, remade by fire before the waters ever came. So could these stories actually be memories of a real event? Maybe a cosmic or terrestrial catastrophe that brought an age to a fiery end? Mainstream science continues to debate these possibilities, but the questions remain. Why do so many ancient sites show signs of intense heat and sudden destruction? Why do the world's greatest deserts form a near-continuous belt around the equator, where rainforests should thrive? And, what knowledge might have been lost in the flames of a forgotten age? As we walk among the silent stones of the Colossi of Memnon, the Sphinx, gaze across the endless dunes of the Sahara, or stand in the shadow of Pumapunku's scorched blocks and the sunken ruins of Lake Titicaca, we are reminded that the past is not always as distant as it seems. The ruins and deserts may be more than relics. They could be the last whispers of a world destroyed by fire, not flood. So, what if the evidence is all around us, waiting to be seen with new eyes? What if the true story of humanity begins not just with the survivors of a flood, but with those who endured the fire, a night when the world was changed forever? For more journeys into the world's greatest mysteries, follow Adventure Seeker's Paradise and join us as we search for the lost chapters of our ancient past.